Mike, let's talk Super Bowl. We're going to do predictions in a moment, but let's get into this. This is a game for me, and the last couple Super Bowls have been very close, that I think will be a close game. It's just my opinion, and I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think the defenses are going to prevail, and I'm having a hard time picking who's going to win this. I go back and forth. One time I think that Baltimore defense is going to make one great last stand, and the next time I think the up-and-coming 49ers and this young quarterback is going to make their presence known here. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, I think the 49ers are the better team. I mean, if you think about, I think they have the better offense and the better defense. I think on both sides of the ball, they're the better team. I just have a feeling, and this is, I'm not even sure I can defend this in court, but I have a feeling that the 49ers are going to win the game pretty big. It's been a long time since we had a blowout in the Super Bowl. I think something extraordinary is happening in San Francisco, and I want to make this point because I don't think it's been made enough. You know, Jim Harbaugh's first year, they went from 7 wins to 13. Almost always in pro sports and in the NFL in particular, when you have a leap that big in one year, you regress the next year, almost always. And that's why I thought the 49ers were not going to be as good this year, entirely for that reason. And in that regression year, he's got them in the Super Bowl. They're going to be better next year. Especially given this kid quarterback. So I think something special we're at the beginning of something really special here in the NFL with the 49ers, and I think Sunday we might see that kind of get ratified a little bit.
Is there something particular you see happening in this game? What's going to be the turning point? Is there a big play, big turning point? What's the key?
Well, there's a possibility of a big play. Let's start with Baltimore.
Yeah.
With Joe Flacco, who throws the deep ball as well as anybody, and a guy, Anquan Boldin, who is the kind of guy who can make big plays even as well as you could possibly cover him. He's a big physical guy who can just almost like a basketball player who can create space for himself and make a play. So there's a chance that's in the Ravens' favor. One of the things that I've heard people say is, well, with that Ravens defense is just going to figure something out to deal with Kaepernick with 2 weeks to work with. Well, I think that misunderstands the 49ers. I think the 49ers have what Bill O'Brien always talks about. I have a game plan offense. I think that's what the 49ers have. I think they do lots and lots of different things, and some of them will work against any defense. So I don't think you can sort of figure it out. I don't think that's going to happen. So that, to me, is in the 49ers' favor.
I do think Baltimore's going to try a quick strike early. I think it's going to be Joe Flacco throwing it. Not as Bolden. He only gets his deep threat guy. I think it's Torrey Smith is the deep threat guy. Bolden's more the over the middle, and if they get in the red zone, yeah, he's their guy. So I could see it early on. They're going to try that too. Could it even screw them up early on if they try getting too far out of a game plan and going for the deep threat, too much Raider-type football where you're going for the run right away?
Right.
Ray Rice, I think, will be a huge factor in this game, catching passes out of the backfield. Can they contain him? For the 49ers, you're exactly right. The Packers tried to shut down the running game, and Kaepernick went crazy. The very next week, Atlanta says, okay, we're not going to let Kaepernick beat us, and the running game beats them. And then all of a sudden, Vernon Davis comes out of nowhere at the tight end.
Yep.
So
that's a good
it seems like they
illustration
adjust and they find ways during a game to make the adjustments to counter whatever you've stopped. Maybe they have more tricks, more of a trick up their sleeve, more things in their hat than what Baltimore has. I think if you shut down Baltimore's first punch, if you get, I think you're going to shut them down.
Right. That's how I see it too. That's how it feels to me too.
Yeah, I don't have any way to respond as much. So, prediction-wise, what are you looking at?
I'm going 41-17 49ers.
Wow. I think I am going to go 49ers here, but I guess I go back and forth. I'm going to go 20-24. 24 for the Raiders.
Take your time.
49ers for 24. Ravens for 20.
I knew that's what you meant. I knew that's what you meant, Starkey. All right.